Are you a beginner or struggling to find why your designs doesn't look good? Well, I'll give you 5 practical secrets to improve your design skills just in minutes and fix your design errors. So we'll go through all these 5 secrets of the design and then we'll apply them on this design to make this design much more cleaner and neater than what it is right now within the matter of minutes. So let's get started with it very quickly. The first and important factor in the design is prominence. So when we say prominence, or you can say prominence in design elements, is crucial for several reasons, as it directly influences how users perceive and interact with the design. Prominent elements attract attention and guide users towards the most important parts of the design. So you may use colors, sizes, iconography and proximity to create the prominent design elements. So if you take a look at this design, all the elements are almost have similar prominence kind of thing, where you can see the name of the dish and the price of the dish, then delivery information or the written policy. Everything is kind of written in a similar color, similar text or font size, so that doesn't gives user a clear hierarchy of the prominence here in the design elements to decide what they want to do with on this page, right? So now the next important thing is consistency. Make sure you have consistent design elements, because consistency in the design is a primary principle that plays an important role in creating effective and user-friendly designs. You need to focus on icon styles, typography, colors and spacing. You know why consistency is very important? Because consistent design elements makes your design looks professional, and it creates a feeling of trust in the users. And if your design elements are not consistent, then it doesn't create that trust feeling or the trust factor in your design, and it clearly depicts that something fishy is there. This design or this application or this website could be a fraud, right? So that's why consistency is very important. Make sure you use consistent colors, consistent text elements, consistent sizes, icons, icon styles, right? So all your design elements must be consistent throughout your design. Now if you take an example very quickly here, then you have one icon which is kind of in outline, then another icon is a filled icon, and again we have a outline icon. So this basically gives inconsistent behavior in the design. Now third important factor in the design is CTAs, your call to actions. Why those are important? Because we create the designs to fulfill user needs and to meet business goals, and it is only possible if we have clear action buttons in the design. If you don't have clear action buttons, then your users will be confused and they don't know where to click, where to go, what to do on the website, and they will drop off very quickly, right? So it is important to have clear and prominent CTA. So make sure you understand the intent of the user, why your user is on your application or on your website, and then based on intent of the user, design your CTAs accordingly, right? So next important thing is line height. Line height is an often ignored thing in the design. We mostly focus on fonts, colors, spacing and sizes, but we ignore line height. Make sure you have sufficient or proper line height defined in your typography, because if you take a look, very quick look here, your lines are too close, and it doesn't gives a readability, or it doesn't feels like go ahead and read this text, because it is very close. The distance between two lines is very less, and it is not an appropriate line height, right? So that's why we need to make sure that we have a sufficient line height. And I'll give you a quick high level rule of thumb that when you increase when you increase the font size, then decrease the line height, and when you decrease the font size, then you have to increase the line height, and this principle mostly works in all the designs, but again this has an artistic sense, which you will be eventually developing, but make sure you are focusing on the line height. And the next and the last important factor is white space. Definitely there are much more design principles, elements which we need to consider while creating the designs, but these top 5 things will basically help you to improve your designs very quickly and without spending much efforts on your design. White space is last but not least. Having the appropriate white space in the design is super important to make sure that your design looks good. White space is also called as breathing space, as it allows clear ventilation in the design elements, right? So white space contributes to a minimalist and the modern aesthetic, making the designs appear more professional and polished, right? So basically you can quickly think about removing unnecessary elements, or simplified layouts, or prioritize your content, use grid and align your elements perfectly in rows and columns. So we have talked all about theory. Now let's jump into the actual design, and let's see how we can quickly improve this design easily. Okay, now I have the original design on the left hand side and the improved design on the right hand side. Now we'll go through all our 5 different pointers or 5 different secrets which we have went through so far, and we'll see how we can apply them or how we have applied them in this design. So first thing was prominence. Now you'd be saying what does exactly prominence means. So prominence is basically giving user a clear idea that what is the most prominent element in the design and what can go at the second level in the hierarchy. So first and foremost thing is the name of the dish, right? And then price of the dish, right? As it is a food delivery app, then we need to make sure that name and the price is very important, that user gets a quick gets this information at a quick glance. And if you see the fixed design, we have basically increased the font size, and we have changed the color of the price as well. This basically gives a clear and prominence that okay, this dish is approximately or this dish is about $150, and do you want to add this to the cart. And now if you see when we talk about prominence and our third secret, call to action in this design, if you look at the CTAs, basically comparing this design and this design, this CTA is more clickable, and user will click on this design, or user will find this CTA very quickly. This gives them a clear instruction what exactly they have to do with this CTA, and then on this page what are the clickable elements, right? So it can easily guide user, and then they can take the proper decisions on your design. So if we combine prominence and proper CTAs, then definitely your design is going to be more helpful and user friendly, right? So next thing is which we talked about, consistency. Now when we say consistency, we have one major problem here was the icon style was different. Then we don't have the consistent behavior in the different sections. So like some of your buttons or some of your clickable elements are in this format, some are like this. Your colors are also not very well consistently defined across the page. So you can see what we did here is we have changed the icon style to make sure that it is consistent across the entire design style. And then we have played with the text or fonts as well to make your design look good. Now next thing was line height, and if you take a quick look on the this paragraphs here, you can easily see this thing here on the right hand side is much more cleaner, much more readable, because just because of the distance between the lines. And now you can see in this version the line height is less, or you can say 100%, or in this version it is approximately 138 or 140% of your font size. So as I earlier told you, the larger the text, you can have the smaller line height, and if smaller the text, you can go ahead and increase the line height to make sure your text is readable and legible on the application or website, right? And the next part was white space. It is clearly a dominant part in making your design very effective and a good looking. So if you take a look here, we have this white space here, we have this white space here, and we have this space here. Though we have white space in this design as well, but it is not balanced very well. It is not between all your elements of the page. It is just somewhere where it is no more relevant, or it is not adding any balance to the design. So you can see this is waste of white space, and this is proper utilization of white space. So now if you compare these two designs simultaneously, you can see how this design is very well defined with the white space. And now with the white space, what we did here, we have changed the colors, and we have changed the font weight as well. So we have made them semi bold, and these are regular text, and just changing the color. This also helps us to change the prominence and let users know, okay, these are different sections, and delivery information is this, a return policy is this, and you can add your dish to the cart, and you can complete your food order, and you can enjoy your quick meal, right? So I guess, yeah, that's all then. I hope I'm sure by working on these 5 secret tips, you will quickly improve the design. You may audit your current designs along these points and fix the issues easily, and write down the issues you found in your current design in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit that red subscribe button. This motivates me, and it helps me to keep creating more and more such amazing content for you. And definitely, yeah, that's it. Keep watching, keep learning, keep designing.